6 points in 5 games is the poor record Manchester United comes into the action against Burnley at the Turf Moor tonight with. Is it something that we should rely on if we are going to move forward? Obviously not. Man United has got to comfortably dispose of Burnley, who are second from the bottom with just a mere 1 point got from a draw against Nottingham Forest in their last game. They will be a hard paper. Obviously, there will be a hard nut to crack, but not one United cannot deal with. What is the team news? Well, injury after injury, still not clear progressive news coming through from the injury situation. The only positive from the doctor's department at Manchester United is the fact that Gary, the long-awaited former Arsenal long-term serving doctor, who is one of the most respected doctors in English sport, is in now officially at Manchester United as the head of sports medicine for the senior team, the women's team, the academies, and the entire Manchester United project. Well, perhaps this is to show you that Erik ten Hag has analyzed the problems at the club and he's trying to get to the root of each and every one of them. Why do we have so many injured players for a long time? It shows maybe there was a weakness with our medical department. It has been boosted, but at least not in time for this game, because Mason Mount is still a doubt for this game, whereas it is expected that for the longer term, he might be replacing Anthony Dos Santos in the right wing. Push that side. I spoke about it before. I thought it is the right thing to do. Don't try to push Bruno Fernandes on the right, but he might not be available for this game. Rafael Varane is reported to be back, but it is not yet 100% confirmed by the time I did record this video whether he will be playing in this one. Sofian Amrabat also returned to training alone. He could surprise and make a debut maybe as a substitute in this game. There is a bit of progress with his injury. Again, speaking to the doctor's situation at the club, why do we sign injured players who can't come immediately and impact? Anyway, that's where we are. But let's talk about those who are there, regardless who is there. Lisandro Martinez, there is also reports that Martinez is out of this game because of a foot injury sustained in that game against Arsenal. So again, I've been saying it here, how many good games has Lisandro Martinez given us? You would struggle to count them. Martinez is always in and out, which is not a good thing at all. But anyway, the good thing is Manchester United should be oozing confidence as they do take on a stubborn Burnley. And I'm saying stubborn not because they have proved to be so far, because they have only managed a draw so far in the league, but they can be stubborn at the Turf Moor if you make life comfortable for them. So what exactly has Man United got to do? Erik ten Hag, in his comments recently, was saying he has not got a chance to start his preferred starting 11 at all during his entire start Manchester United. And I think we've all sort of seen it before. To be honest, I'm not surprised by that statement. I think we've seen it, we've suspected it. I believe it when he says it. I don't think we've really seen the best starting 11 since Erik ten Hag joined. But it shouldn't be something probably the boss should be going out in the media and saying, because it speaks volumes about you and how much you trust your players. And also it looks like you're being defensive. It feels like you're being defensive, which for me shouldn't be a good thing. But anyhow, we know really for a fact that injuries have been disturbing Man United for the longest time. But like I said, they are getting the root of the problem and they are changing the nutrition, and the medical department at the club is being sort of overhauled, which should be something good for the future. But let's talk the game, guys. So Man United Burnley, we have suffered our start to a Premier League season in the history of the existence of this club. Obviously, that should be concerning, but there is always that one game that should change everything for you, when things should turn around. Now, for me, if there is one game I believe should be changing things around for Manchester United, it is this trip to Burnley, to the Turf Moor. Now, Turf Moor is never an easy place to go. Shouldn't be an easy place to go. As it is, Turf Moor, it is tough to play there. But considering the poor start for Burnley in this season, they have just been promoted in the Premier League. Their coach is a rookie. My feeling is, if there is one, and after us being wounded by Bayern and all the other clubs that beat us, Brighton, Arsenal, we should be able to react and make a statement. And who better than the weakest team, the second weakest team in the league so far, to do that? I think for me, this is the moment for us to make a statement and forget about all the players and injuries they've got. One thing for me I need to see is players doing a lot more of what Sergio Reguilon did in the last games with he's played. Show, die a little more for this club. Have confidence in yourself. Our players have for the longest time been playing without confidence. I'm thinking this is the game where their confidence should be bouncing back, because the loss against Bayern was not as humiliating as we expected. So it shows you that there are positives for these players to look out for from the last game. So for me, I think Man United should be able to dispose of Burnley easily. I predicted 3-0. I'll stick to my prediction. I think Andre Onana should be psyched up enough not to concede. I don't expect Bayindil. By the way, Bayindil, I'll tell you, Bayindil is a potential start at Man United. You see what Arsenal and Mikel Arteta are doing with David Raya and Ramsdale. There is no guarantee that Andre Onana cannot be benched, because even Bindil is a Eric Ten Hag signing, and Bindil is more experienced than Andre Onana. I think he's 29 and Onana is 27. So I think if Onana is not performing, and in a few games we will be seeing that. But the second half against Bayern proved to us that perhaps the mistake he made, he pushed him to try now and die a little more in between the sticks. So for me, my feeling is yes, Onana, all eyes will be on Onana. He's trending already on Twitter before the start of the game, but I'm thinking he's going to have a good day. But the issues at Manchester United are beyond Andre Onana. I think it would be a very unfair thing for us to scapegoat Andre Onana. The goals he conceded, even the boss confirmed, he has conceded similar goals because of poor defending. The holding midfielders, Casemiro is caught way off guard in the wrong places at the wrong time. We saw the goal from Trossard, from the Arsenal captain Odegaard, Martin Odegaard. We saw the goal from Leroy Sané. The mistake we blame Onana for failing to stop that ball. It was direct to him. But how on earth are you at that level giving a player like that all those yards of spaces to shoot? Where were the defenders? We saw the same with that brilliant goal for Brighton. I think where they just put off Lisandro Martinez, and I think up to now he hasn't landed. That's the injury I think he's still sustaining now. So for me, my thing is, yes, Onana made a mistake. He tried to bounce back from his mistakes, but our holding midfielders have been making it so easy for guys to find pinholes in the middle of our pack, in the center of our pack. And for me, that's where the problem is. So I think each player has got to take responsibility. I expect them to be more organized. Burnley is not the most threatening of teams, but if we don't bully them and make them comfortable, they will beat us. Who should start? Obviously, we can't predict the Man United starting squad. I'm thinking Pelistri again, I think, has done enough to warrant himself as starting node again. I think Pelistri should start up there. Whereas Marcus Rashford has proved to be selfish, he's still our better chance for a goal. I feel like our left wing is a lot more busy. If we find the balance with the right wing as well, it will be better. So Julian, Marcus Rashford, find Rasmus Højlund. You should be able to pass the ball to Højlund. Pelistri should try and be confident now enough to try and make the right wing pacey as well, so that we keep these Burnley players on their toes all throughout the game. Bruno Fernandes should be playing behind Højlund, but Fernandes should be on the ball a lot more. We haven't seen them in the past. You haven't seen him in the past game be on the ball quite enough, if you ask me. I think he needs to be on the ball more. Casemiro, and because the Premier League is different. The Champions League and Bayern, Casemiro was able to score those 2 goals because it's different. The Premier League is different. Casemiro, holding midfielders have got a huge role to play. Casemiro, most likely, he's going to be playing against alongside Scott McTominay, unfortunately. But the two should be disciplined enough to balance, not go forward a lot if we are not going to create this pinholes, because we've made our midfield so easy to penetrate. For me, that's where the problem for United is, and that's why we are leaking goals for fun. It is so easy to penetrate our midfield, and for me, that should be a problem. If Amrabat is fit, I don't see why he shouldn't start. I don't care about him being introduced, and I know Ten Hag believes in introducing players slowly, but man, the elephant in our room is the holding midfield position. Just put him out there and let's see, because doomed if he starts, doomed if he doesn't. If he is fit at 80%, let him start. Anyway, most of our players don't look even fit at all, to be honest. Most of our players don't look fit. But what's your prediction of this game? Go in the comment section and give it to me. My prediction still stands. Onana won't concede. Højlund will score 3-0 for United, and we turn the tide for Man United. Hotspot, subscribe. My name is Webb. I'll be back later with the post-match analysis.